Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on February 12, 2026, just 4 days ago. It proposes a comprehensive framework for multi-agent coordination that moves beyond brittle, hard-coded heuristics to explicitly manage authority, responsibility, and accountability. The paper is titled Intelligent AI Delegation. And as we'll see later, the proposed mechanisms for handling dynamic assessment and structural transparency are essential for building safe, web-scale agent economies. Alright, Table 1 outlines the core pillars of the Intelligent Delegation framework. It maps high-level requirements, like dynamic assessment and structural transparency, directly to technical protocols. For instance, to achieve structural transparency, the system relies on monitoring and verifiable completion, which ensure that both the process and the outcome are auditable. Similarly, systemic resilience is maintained through strict security measures and permission handling. So, Figure 1 maps out the complete flowchart for this delegation process, split into two main phases. The top section details task decomposition. Here, a critical step is the decision diamond, asking if the outcome is verifiable. If not, the system forces recursive decomposition until it finds a subtask that can be proven. Once the specification is set, the flow moves to task assignment in the bottom half. This stage handles negotiation and ends by formalizing the terms into a smart contract, which ensures that privacy and verification standards are baked in before execution starts. Well, while the previous chart handled the initial setup, Figure 2 illustrates the adaptive coordination cycle that manages the system during runtime. On the far left, specific triggers like budget overruns or security alerts feed into an environmental monitoring stage, which detects and diagnoses issues. This output flows into the central response evaluation phase, where the system checks critical factors such as reversibility and urgency. If a situation is irreversible or requires escalation, it triggers immediate termination. Otherwise, the process moves to the response execution stage on the right to select the best orchestration method. Okay, complementary to that runtime cycle, Table 2 defines the spectrum of monitoring approaches available to the delegator. It contrasts Option A, a lightweight strategy that relies on post-hoc outcome-level validation, against Option B, which is far more intensive. This intensive route demands continuous process-level tracking and direct observability. Most importantly, the privacy dimension shifts here. Instead of full transparency, it uses cryptographic tools like ZK snarks to verify correctness without ever exposing the sensitive raw data. So, having covered immediate monitoring in the previous table, Table 3 shifts focus to building long-term trust through reputation. It outlines three distinct models for tracking agent reliability. The first, the immutable ledger, records task outcomes on a blockchain to prevent retroactive tampering, creating a permanent performance history. Next, the Web of Trust uses decentralized identifiers to verify specific skills, moving beyond generic scores to a portfolio of proven capabilities. Finally, behavioral metrics analyze the actual execution process, looking at reasoning traces to ensure that the agent's methods align with safety standards, rather than just checking the final result. Wrapping up, the core message is that safe agentic systems require verifiable accountability, not just task completion. We need a contract-first approach where authority is only transferred if the outcome can be audited, ensuring humans aren't held liable for failures they cannot control. That's it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.